What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to know if an Amazon product is patented, it's trademarked, it's copyrighted. How do you know which ones are? It seems like a lot of things are patented if you've been searching. So I'm going to show you how you can tell if it's an active patent, if it's expired and you're actually allowed to sell it, or if it's something you're not allowed to sell. And with trademarks, you can have certain terms copyrighted. So if I just said fidget spinner, someone could have that word copyrighted and I'm not allowed to use it in my listing. Not in my keywords, not in my description, not in my title. So I'm going to teach you guys how you can search that and know for sure, because with patents, there's kind of a gray area where, okay, I don't know if it has one, but how do I know if I'm searching the right thing? So I'll show you that today. Now, before we begin, patents generally have a 20-year life. It depends on the type of patent, and there are different circumstances, but generally 20-year life. There's different kinds of patents. There's a design patent, which is just how something looks. And there's a utility patent, which is it's how this item or whatever it is works, how it operates. It does a certain function in a certain way. You cannot create an item that does that as well. So with patents, the only gray area is how different does your item have to be from it. And I'd honestly say if it's similar at all, I wouldn't go after it because you're straddling the line there and there's no reason to when there's so many different products you can look up and sell on Amazon. Now with trademarks, they have a shorter life. They're generally 10 years, again, with different circumstances, and they just have the rights to those words. So if I was gonna put Lego on something, that could be a trademarked word or a trademarked logo, things like that. I'm not allowed to use that. And the implications from a trademark, you can have your listing removed completely from Amazon. You could have your account suspended. Patents, well, you can also be sued and lose a lot of your assets. But with patents, same thing. You can be sued. People can come after you. Now, Amazon doesn't generally enforce patents. The patent owner has to. So you might see people selling things that are clearly patented on Amazon, and they're still selling them, and it's not the patent owner. And you're like, well, that means it's okay. I can sell it. No. There's a lot of people selling patented products that they might be fine now. They might be making money, but the patent owner could come in at any time and sue them, take their profits, and even more. So that is something to watch out for, and don't listen to suppliers if they tell you that it's not patented or they're allowed to sell it to you or it's okay. Do your own research because they're trying to make money too. So I'm gonna give you an example of how to search patents here. So the example I wanna give on Amazon is called a faucet extender. Now the reason I'm showing you this one is because this was my second product I ever attempted, and I ended up getting contacted by the patent owner saying I have to remove it. And I was selling decently well. It was on the first page, but it looked like these. So this is the item right here. So if I were to go over to Google Patents and search this word, now keep in mind, it might be listed as Amazon as faucet extender, but they might use different terms in the patents and different names. So make sure you're searching a variety of words. So I'm gonna type in faucet extender, and I just look at some of the pictures, and right here, probably the third one down, it looks like this is patented. So that looks pretty darn similar to what I was looking at. Works the same way, it's used for the same thing. So right here we can see the patent owner. Now this is googlepatents.com. You guys can search this and do the same thing. So right here you can see the date they put in their application and the date things happened. But the best way to tell if it's active, if it's expired, is you can look at these, but I like to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Let me close this and look at legal events. So sometimes patents can expire because people fail to pay fees. You do have to pay fees when you have a patent. Now you can see right here, 2016, they paid their fee for 4 years, and it was assigned right here in 2012, and it looks like it is still active. A lot of times at the bottom under legal events, you'll see late fee payment failed, last attempt payment failed, and then it'll say expired. But if it says active and everything looks good like this one does, it was granted after their application and it's active. And you can see kind of the description of what it is if you want to read more to make sure, because some don't have images. Again, it could be a utility or design patent, but that's one way I like to look around and kind of see for patents going down to legal events. Now, this next example, I just typed in hammock because you're gonna say, okay, well, why wouldn't everything have a patent if you can just file for it? Well, it usually takes 2 years to grant. While it's pending, I believe you can sell it, but that's not something I would do because if it gets granted, but you can see right here, expired lifetime. So lasted for its total amount of life, which was probably 20 years here. So we can see when it was granted right here. And it expired due to the lifetime. Now, a lot of times you'll see expired right here, and then it'll say fee payment or no fees, which means they failed to pay it, so their patent ended due to them not paying the fees anymore. Now, next, let's talk about copyright images first. If you don't take the picture yourself or pay someone to take the picture for you, assume the pictures are copyrighted. Even if you're getting them from the supplier, I had a supplier give me photos, and they were actually one of my competitors' photos that my supplier stole and said they were theirs and watermarked them. So make sure you're taking your own, or be really sure. There are a couple databases you can search images, but if you didn't take it, just assume it's copyrighted. That's the easiest way to do it. It's not worth being lazy and just taking the photo. So that's patents, that's copyright. Now, lastly, let's talk about trademarks. Now, like I was saying before, these can be words or phrases you're not allowed to use on your listing. Now, the website right here, I'll leave in the description, as well as Google Patents. But all I do is go under the trademark search database and select basic word or mark search. Now, this is a lot easier and a lot less gray area than searching for patents. So for this, let's use faucet extender again. So faucet extender right here, and we're gonna go search, and it says nothing was found. So, okay, that means that the person that has the patent on this doesn't have the word trademarked, which that's good, but that doesn't mean we can sell it because it is patented still. Now let's look at something that does have results like fidget spinner. So let's say you are going to sell a fidget spinner. So someone did trademark this word here. You can see what words are trademarked, but it is dead. So it's not a live trademark. It's expired, or they did not pay the payment, because they do check in the middle and make sure you're still using it around the 6-year mark. So this one is dead, so we could use any of these words, but fidget spinner without the correct spelling is live, so we can't use that. We can't use the word spinner fidget in our title, our description, or our keywords. And because Amazon does enforce the trademarks, if someone complains about your listing saying, hey, they're using this word, I have the trademark, here's the trademark, you can search it here, Amazon will remove your listing or make it go inactive until you settle the dispute with the owner of the trademark or the images of the copyright. Same process with that. So Amazon does intervene there, and they make you handle it with them, which is usually weird, because why would they want you to be more competition against them and say, okay, he fixed it? But the only way you can get that listing back is by the trademark or copyright owner saying, yes, they removed those images, they're good to go now. So this is a lot easier seeing if it's live or dead, certain words. So you just can't use this exact phrase. I hope this video helped you guys out with distinguishing it, because I've had every single one of these issues just from not knowing how to do this or how to actually know. I've sold a patented product by accident. I've used someone else's images on purpose and by accident, thinking I want to get my listing taken down. Maybe they'd complain, but that was done with me. I was just being lazy. And then very unknowingly that I couldn't use certain words even when they're very general, like fidget spinner or spinner fidget, like that. So just search up different words on this that are around your niche, because it could be a super general product, like I said, that's not patented and you're allowed to sell, but you put in some word that someone else has trademarked and you can have your listing removed. Now, I don't want to scare you guys with this video, because a lot of times that's not the case. There's not like every word's trademarked and you have to be super careful. I've encountered this once, and it was with a product that was copyrighted as well. I'm sorry, patented as well. So just be careful with that. I don't mean to scare you. Most of the time this isn't the case, but just take the precaution. It takes 5-10 minutes to do both of these. So if you're interested, I do go more in depth on everything Amazon in my course. I'll leave that in the description, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.